called Porterfield, and I nearly pulled him out the scrap.
And he knocked he's a first opponent on that night. He knocked him out 63 seconds it was in the first round. So he was as fresh as a daisy, I would say. And I was absolutely knackered.
He was exhausted. And he said to me, he threatened me, he said, if you pull me out, Tony, I'll never fight for you again. I said, but I'm thinking of you. He said, well, don't fucking think of me, I'm going in.
But when I went into that arena, the crowd was absolutely behind me 100%. They just went wild, just to see me probably come back again, I suppose. But it lifted me, it gave me such a boost. I thought, oh, I've got to win this title. The first round, like my trainer, Tony says, look, Jim, he's a big lad, keep away from him. Just work behind the left jabs, keep away. Whatever you do, don't mix it with this man. This Porterfield had a faster left jab than me. He was like lightning with his left jab. He was such a big bloke, but he had a fast left jab. But I thought this jab was like not hurting me. He just flicking it out, but he was scoring. And after the first round, Tony says, "You're behind in points. What are you doing?" And I thought, God. I said, "Well, Tony, I just don't feel any power there." I says, "I'm going to go for it this round. That's it. You know, I'm just going to go for it. I feel I could beat this bloke." You know. I went out the second round. In mind, I'm just gonna go through and I absolutely piled the pressure on, and I got him into a state where his arms dropped, he got defenceless, and the referee stopped it. It was absolutely fantastic. The crowd were on the feet, and that's probably the first time I'd ever really signed any autographs. I mean, I had everybody come in the dressing rooms after that. It was such a great reception. Like one of the best nights of my life. You know, it was just like, you know, beautiful feeling. Is that enough? I suppose there's a few fighters that's got there and done it all. Something that I couldn't continue because I lost my eyesight. Failed my medical through my eyesight, rather. That's what stopped me boxing.
My mother never wanted him to go near boxing because he had eye trouble. One eye, hardly any vision in one eye. When he was 3 or 4 years old.
But as an amateur, it was just like sort of go in there. Doctor say read this, and you put your hand, and I sort of do that. You know what I mean? But it was in the back of my mind. You know, one day will they find out and stop me fighting, stop me boxing. My trainers before. Like George Francis, when I turned professional first, he took me for a medical, but I explained to him that I was having trouble with my eyesight, and he put me through by seeing the right doctor. There's only one occasion that I think that, well, there could have been more, but I mean, there's one in particular, one fight in particular, where I got my good eye closed. And I sort of went out there for like the last couple of rounds blind, and I knew I was going to get beat. The referee stopped it. I've never been knocked out, but I mean, I could cover up. I could try and defend myself as much as I could, but I couldn't see. And that was one fight where I thought, should I be here?
When he said he couldn't see, I said, Sam, you've got to call it a day. That's what he said, wasn't he?
Well, knowing what I know now, and knowing what happened, I sort of sometimes, a lot of the times, think I wish I never had started boxing. I always feared that day would come, like, you know, I mean, I knew that, that I shouldn't be really boxing in the first place with having the sight just in one eye. But as my career went on, I got recognition. I was sort of like the local hero, and people would recognise me everywhere, and you just forget that that it could happen. You know that one day you're going to be said, the doctor's going to say you can't fight anymore. It starts with a hit back. Hmm.